Hello and welcome to this review of the Minolta Dimage XT, which is a very old camera, but I still think is an excellent camera. So let's just have a quick look around it. It's very small. Let's turn it over. You can see at the back it is starting to show its age. We have a physical dial to go into the menu, the video, the playback and the camera. What's nice is it has a little viewfinder here, and the viewfinder is actually here. So the lens is covered, the lens is here, and I'll show you that in a moment when I turn it on. It's covered. It is a full metal body, which is really nice to see in such a small compact. So we've got our telephoto and wide button here, and up and down does that, and we've got some sort of access controls here. Below our LCD screen we've got a menu button, we've got a trash and quick view button, we've got a button to turn the LCD off, and we've got a flash control button. On the top we have an on-off switch and the switch to take the photo. On this side we have nothing, and on this side here we have a jack input for DC power, and we have a jack output for TV out, and we have in here the SD card and the battery. Now I can only get older SD cards to work, and those would be SD cards up to 2 gigs. Anything above 2 gigs I've not been able to get it to work. So the battery pops out here, battery slots in, clicks, this goes down. So let's turn the camera on, and you can see we've got a flashing light here. You can see already my battery is very low, LCD turns on, but I'm just going to turn this off for a moment. And you can see this camera protection lens has now retracted. If I turn the camera off, that shoots up. And I think that's such a nifty little feature. So we've got a flash here that I forgot to mention. So all in all, this is a very, very small camera, and it's virtually automated. So I'm just going to turn the flash off here, cycling through and turning the flash off. The only real controls I have are these exposure compensation controls. I don't have any controls over the shutter speed or the aperture. That's all done automatically. But strangely, I can control via the menu the ISO. So if I go to sensitivity, I can control the ISO. At the moment I've got it set up on auto, and it only goes up to 400, so I'm just going to put it on 400. I can set my metering as spot or multi. I'm going to set it to spot. Exposure compensation, noise reduction. So while it is a basic automated camera, it does have some quite pro features, particularly when it came out. So quality is going to be JPEG, but I can set it to TIFF if I want to. So I've got to set on TIFF on ISO 400. You can see it's quite easy to get your finger in front of the lens. So here I can go into playback mode. Here I can record a voice memo or a video. Now the video records at 320 pixels wide, and here I can go into setup where I can do, well, it's basically my menu, but I can do a few more things here. So I can change the video output. So all in all, this is a really good, smart little camera. It's well built. I've got to mention it's got a tripod socket on the bottom. I don't know what this bit here is for. I presume that's to connect to an accessory or maybe an external flash, but I don't know. So I think this is a really good little camera. However, quality is quite lacking. So it's a 2 megapixel camera. It does have quite a nice lens going from f2.8 to 3.6, and it goes from 5.7 to 17 millimeters. I don't know what that is an equivalent in full frame terms for this camera. I really don't. Autofocus is okay, if not a little bit slow. And when taking a TIFF image, it does take a long time to write the file to the card. See, now it's saving to the card. That does take an awful long time. If we go to JPEG, it is a lot quicker. And that's done instantly. compared to the TIFF where it brings up a progress bar because it takes so long to save. So you can see here the viewfinder, and once it's got autofocus it does sort of ping. So that's it. That is the camera in a nutshell. So let's go out and let's take some images and some test footage. This camera is going to fare best on bright sunny days and in bright conditions, and it does. I'm really happy with the images. I've also thrown in some iPhone 5C shots just for comparison's sake. You can see here I've got my finger in the frame, and that's likely to happen. But I'm quite happy with these shots that I'm getting. Colours are quite good, images are quite sharp. Again, I'm really happy considering the age of this camera and how much technology has advanced and moved on. It's quite difficult to frame the shot on a bright sunny day because the LCD is not very bright and the viewfinder isn't the best, but I did my best and I'm quite happy with the images I got. I'm quite happy with the metering. I think the metering has done a really good job. I've put it to spot metering, but I'm very happy with it. I can't fault the metering even on such an old camera. So what are my thoughts? I do think this is a classic camera. I do really like the camera. Yes, it's 2 megapixels, but really, it's a really nice, small, compact camera that's fully automated.